Hey everybody, it is Zakia Ringgold of LiveSoapSchool.com as well as NaturalSoapByZakia.com, and I haven't gone live too much, and that's because I've been a little bit busy. You guys are wiping me out of my soap here, so I have a couple of things that I wanted to talk about today. Of course, the title says coronavirus. I'm just curious how a lot of you are going about coping with that. I have a couple of strategies. Um, I am no health care provider. Let's get that out of the way, okay? I'm not this is not going to be the broadcast on do this to prevent. That's not what this broadcast is. Hello, Tasneem. Welcome to the broadcast. If any of you are brand new to me, you've never been here with me before live, I'd like to welcome you. And I'll give all of you a round of applause for actually showing up. And if you haven't already, be sure to like the video, subscribe to the video, share it out with your friends and your family and your coworkers and all of that. New York oh, see, I'm always coming on when somebody else is on, but that's okay. See, you got to look at the broadcast before you go live to know who is live. So, Drea, how are you? Very good to see you. Drea, you should have gotten an email to log into the new platform for Live Soap School. Check your email because all of the course content has moved over to our new platform. So make sure you log in. Hey there, Elin, how are you? Thinking Georgia will do okay if we get beyond Republican failed leadership. It's going to be that broadcast. You making me go down that broadcast? No, that's not even like what I am hoping to do on this particular broadcast is to encourage all of you to look at it with a different set of eyeglasses. Elin and I had a really good conversation the other night or afternoon, and we were talking about all of this. Hello, Lewis Jones. How are you? Lady CR, how are you? Maybe I should just like go down the bases and say hi to all of you before I start going. We have a number of acute centers which will probably see increase in patients. Absolutely, they will. And here's the thing, you have to remember, I do work at a hospital. I am not a medical provider. I just work there. So we are actually currently right in the prime season of flu season. So a lot of people are trying to figure out, well, if it ain't that bad, why they quarantining us? Why they making us self-isolate? Well, the idea is, particularly for the healthcare institutions, they're trying to do this thing called flatten the curve. So by people not being around each other and all of that, there's a lower chance of passing the virus around and then inundating an already overwhelmed healthcare system. So there is a piece of that. It's not that they think everybody is going to get sick, but the idea is how can we slow it down just a little bit so that people are not getting sicker or passing it along by being in close quarters. Hey, beautiful. Hello, Samantha. American media has not shown us what active cases look like. Good morning, Soap Nation. Hey, hey, Tachi. We have not peaked yet. We have not. We absolutely have not. Rasta, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. Okay, so here is what I would say to, they're calling the curve, it's a wave. So there's a whole bunch going on, right? So here's what I want you guys to think about. There's this whole idea of your circle of control as well as your circle of influence. Those things that are outside of those two circles, you can't do anything about. But what you can do is look at all the times where you have said, I wish I had time to. Now, if that includes like flying to the Middle East somewhere, you're probably not going to be able to do that. But what can you do in your home? What can you do with your kids? What can you do with your career goals, your career aspirations? This gift that we have of the internet is a way for you to start exploring some of those things that you previously have just put to the side, put on the back burner, put on the just not doing it. And what you can do right now is actually say, well, wait a minute. What can I do? We had about 13 people just last night register for Live Soap School because they've been saying, I kind of sort of want to take a class and all of that. And it was heartwarming, but it's unfortunately drink real fruit to boost your immune system. Come on now, Lady CR is saying. Drink real fruit. Looking good on all platforms. Good morning, Drea. Thank you for checking. So think about that. So what I did last night, I have had these books sitting here forever. These are the two books that I have right here. This is a certification program that I have been putting off and putting off. And it's for me to become a certified professional certified learning professional, basically, is what it is. But it goes over 10 knowledge areas. And so what I'm doing is I'm sitting down and I'm actually reading about those things, getting confirmation on some of the things that I knew, and then skilling up on those areas. Looking good. Thank you. Stop fighting the technology and use it, guys. I just relaunched my website, which is livesoapschool.com. I'm probably going to take you guys on a tour because I'm so proud of it. I am so proud of it. I have been working in the background, doing things to it, but now I still got to fix it. There's a couple of mobile responsive issues with it, but it is completely different from what I've done before. Now, you can join the masses and go and get your mountain of toilet paper, your mountain of tissue, and all of that. Why don't you get yourself some seeds? Start a garden where you can grow your own herbs, your own fruits, your own vegetables, and be able to control it from seed, soil, to the actual thing, right? Local Budman out. Yeah, mine sale. I'm not even going to answer that. Chaplain, how are you? Blessings, blessings, blessings to you. So take some time to really, really think about what are those things that I have put off? Who are those people that I have not called and I haven't been in touch with them? I guarantee you they're probably in the house. They're probably, if they're following the rules, right? Some people aren't rule followers. Some people are like partying it up. Like, got the day off, got the week off, got the month off. Hey, got the day. Don't waste it. Don't waste the time, guys. You have so much possibility, so much potential right there at your fingertips. This same thing that you are watching me on, you have the access to. You can build out that thing like, hey, I thought I wanted to start a business. Let me try it now. I have time now. I love growing my own veggies for your family and friends. God bless you too. Grow my own strains. Now oh God, Wilder Boy. I'm imagining that you are saying you grow your own strains of broccoli, of tea tree. Those herbs is what you're talking about. I love Live Soap School. Just couldn't get into hot process. Go to the link that I sent you, Drea. You should have access to the advanced soap making class, the intro to soap making class, and the starting your online business class. All three of them are in your profile. LOL. I'm so serious. I knew that's what you weren't talking about, but I was going to try it anyway. So I am going to actually record a podcast right here while we're live. Okay, if you guys are not subscribed to my podcast, what I would highly recommend that you do, if you listen on Apple, if you listen on Google, if you listen on, I was going to say Spreaker, Spotify, wherever you listen, do a search for Zakia Ringgold, or you can type in the podcast name, which is 5 a.m. to 10 p.m. Mompreneur Podcast. And I'm going to shift the conversation right now to a lot of moms because there's a lot of angst right now, especially if you had these horrible jobs anyway and you're trying to figure out, how am I going to deal with my kids being out of school for this very long amount of time? My job isn't giving us necessarily paid time off, or I'm just not going to have an income. What I would say is spend some time hugging your babies. Maybe you haven't had a whole lot of time to actually listen to them. Have conversations with them right now. Hey sis, sorry I wasn't gonna come anyway. I'm telling you right now, I understand, but I wasn't gonna be there. I'm not doing anything outside. I'm telling you right now. But I completely understand, but I still have a basket for you. Grapes, green, and of course tomatoes. Please go subscribe to the podcast. Thank you. All right, so we're going to actually record the podcast, but for the moms that are going through a lot of anxiety, take some time to enjoy your home. We spend so much time outside of the home that you don't get a chance to really, really enjoy this space that you're working so hard for to be able to take care of your kids, right? So spend a little bit of time enjoying your living room and live in it. Take some time to start doing some home cooked meals. And listen, you are the choir and I am preaching, because I am not the one who constantly cooks home cooked meals. But this is an opportunity for us to actually get up in our kitchen and start experimenting with things that we haven't tried before. Those same recipes that you're reposting because it looks so good, if you have the food in your house, go ahead and do it. Some people are actually ordering online and having the food delivered right there to them. So try that. How you look at this is going to determine the outcome that you have with it. And I'm not guaranteeing that nobody's going to get sick because, oh, I'm just having positive energy, I'm staying in my house, I won't get sick. That's not what I'm saying. But if you choose to look at this as an opportunity, I promise you, you will see opportunity. If you look at it like the world is coming to an end, or if you're that person that wants to spread the, oh my gosh, we saw this coming forever, we're going to blame the Democrats, we're going to blame the Republicans, you're going to get exactly that. And these algorithms see exactly what you post, and you know what they're going to feed you? More and more and more of that. And then that just creates a virtuous cycle of you spinning out of control. What am I missing? Please go subscribe. A biological leak. Have no idea if that's true. We must stay home and make a lot of soap in a healthy house. Well, absolutely, because you guys are like, I need my soap. And here's the other thing. I have to be careful because I don't want to fuel that fire. One thing that I am considering is if they're closing the libraries, if they're closing City Hall, they're closing things where if it's more than 200 people, some places it's more than 100 people. Eventually, how are they going to continue? Because if they're making everybody else safe, how long can the mailmen keep on delivering packages? So I'm hoping that you have enough, and not the kind of enough where you have 16 carts coming out of the Walmart, you've taken 60 bottles of water. Mish, I don't know if she's still on here, but what she had shared is stop being selfish Americans. Think about your neighbors. Think about your elderly family members or people who can't get out and do those things. Go and knock on their doors and ask them, do you need anything? Check on them. Maybe you and, I don't know, some people, I just want my food in my own house. I'm not trying to share. I don't know how they cook. I don't know what's in their kitchen. Like, if you're that, I understand. But maybe you can be the one who has the cleanest house and the cleanest kitchen, and you make the best fried chicken. Maybe you can be the one that gives it out to your neighbors or to those people who don't have the ability to get out to a store. Oh, you're still here? I can't tell who's still here. I just see the number, like the eyeballs. But don't be selfish. If you have enough, and who knows what enough is, but you know that if your cabinets are overflowing, this would be the time for all those couponeers, and I'm calling you guys out too, who have stockpiled for ages and ages and ages. You can be the one who either says, I told you so, or, guys, if your store is sold out, I have some available here. And don't gouge the prices. If you can give it away, give it away. But if you've paid $2 for all this stuff that you have in your basement, now would be a great time for you to show up and show out that no, I wasn't crazy. I wasn't the couponer. I wasn't the couponeer. Yes, it's very enticing to be the one that said, I told you so. But it's so much more better to be the one to say, I was there to help. I thought about the person next to me a whole lot more than just me and my own selfish things. There are people who haven't been testing interacting with healthy people. Yes, that's very true. And so, what this is all about is tomorrow is going to be very different for a lot of households. Like we got through the weekend, Saturday and Sunday, that's kind of normal behavior. But tomorrow, life is going to be changing for a lot of families. A lot of families. There are going to be moms who are trying to figure out, do I go to work and leave these kids home? And I want you to think about them, right? I want you to think about them. Do I go to work, leave these kids home to try and figure it out on their own? Or my job has also shut down. How do I make this a really good experience for my entire family and not breathe the fear that continues to happen? Because there's some things that we can't control. We cannot control what happens outside, but you do have control of how you choose to respond to this in your home. And as Miss just said, givers get more back. If you are in the Yeadon area, I will be at the Yeadon Public Library on Monday giving out hand sanitizer and liquid soap because that's what I have available. Now, I may not be there the entire time, but the librarians there will have the liquid soap as well as the hand sanitizer that we made the other day. I'll probably be there for like maybe the first hour or so, but it'll start at 12 o'clock and end at 3 or until it runs out. I don't know, but we'll post it on the library page. But whatever you can do, do that thing. And think about your neighbor. Think about your elderly grandparents. The not they don't even have to be elderly, but people who don't have the same options that you have, and just try and be a little bit kinder. It's yes, everybody wants to say, I told you so, I was right. Who cares if you were right or if you were wrong? The thing is, we are in it right now. We are absolutely in it right now. And I hope that a lot of you that are here on this particular broadcast and you're seeing this, you can choose the option to say, I told you so. But I'm hoping that you'll say, we're in this together instead, which is so much more powerful. And that's exactly what we are all called to do as human beings. So, what are you guys going to be doing, right? What are you guys going to be doing? I'm telling you, I'm studying for this certification. All of you that are registering for Live Soap School, I am truly, truly grateful. Just hearing like the emails coming through saying the people who had registered warmed my heart. I'll be updating the website. I'll be cooking with the girls. We have cleaned our entire house and started some new routines in terms of, so when we come in, this is what we're going to do, but we're not going out, right? So just take a little bit of time to really sit back, breathe, relax, and ask yourself, what are those things that I have been putting off and I now have time? Because the number one excuse that we always give ourselves, I am very guilty of, I have no time. I can't do this particular thing. I can't do that particular thing. You've got a lot of time on your hands. Even if you're working from home. Good morning, Teal. Even if you're working from home, you now have time to stop and smell the roses and really, really get still within yourself and figure out what is it that you really want. And if you find that you are like unprepared or ill prepared, don't beat yourself up about it. Take it as a learning experience and for the next time, right? I feel like there's a vaccine for it, but they're just trying to lower the population. Hakeem, we don't know. We don't know. There's so many possibilities. There's so many potential outcomes. But what we do know is who we are as individuals. And Mish is saying the faster people self quarantine, the faster we get it under control. Very true. Very, very true. It's serious. And I know it's very easy, especially if you're somebody who says, I don't believe in vaccines and all of this other stuff. Think about other people. Think about who the people whose immune systems are compromised. And you could be a very healthy person and you just so happen to be in the vicinity of it all, right? And now it's passed on. There's a period, what I've read, I'm not 100% certain, but there's a period where you don't even know that you have this virus and you could be coming in contact with other people unknowingly giving it to other people. Yes, it's just like the flu, but what I said at the beginning of this broadcast, even though it's just like the flu, we are in the middle of flu season. So most of the healthcare institutions are already at maximum, maximum capacity. So if you now have populations of people that are now getting sick, you have the flu people and you also have the COVID or coronavirus people that are now impacting that as well. And if your healthcare workers get sick, who's going to be there to take care of the people with just the flu and the people that are now having the COVID? So I know a lot of people say, well, it's just like the flu. The flu is worse. Yes, but it's compounding an already difficult situation that healthcare is in. There is going to be plenty of time to point fingers and say, we should have had these tests. We should have had that. We should have done this. We should have done that. But right now, what we can do is try and protect our children, our family, our neighbors by taking the opportunity to go ahead and self quarantine. ICU beds are needed. So ICU, so that's just coronavirus and the flu. Not to mention people who already have chronic health conditions. Not to mention, like, I know a lot of my friends have kids with very severe asthma, where sometimes they're going to the ER and staying there 24 to 48 hours. So just the regular illnesses. So if you just constantly compound that, when it's easier to just try and slow it down, and you get to rest. Even though you might be worried, like, how am I going to pay these bills? I don't have enough food. I don't have this, that, or the other. I don't know the Bible verse, but God takes care of the mustard seed. You don't think, or his eye is on the sparrow. You don't think that you'll be okay? Keep it in perspective, guys. Keep it in perspective. So I'm Zakia Ringgold. I'm going to get to studying. I was hoping to not induce fear and maybe present a little bit of a different way for you to look at it if you were going down the worrying path. You get to choose the perspective that you take on this. You get to choose the actions that you do. And I'm not saying there's a right or a wrong way, but what I am saying is there is a lot. I know many of you on here, and I know that a lot of you have these amazing gifts, these amazing talents, these incredible skills that you have left to the back burner because you have not had the time to express them. Now you've got time. Use them. I'm Zakia Ringgold of LiveSoapSchool.com, where it is so much more than soap. We didn't record the podcast because I still have the iPad charging over here. It's just like my cell phone is normally dead when it shouldn't be dead, right? So I'll record the podcast and it will release today. I'll post it everywhere. If you're not subscribed on YouTube, I am Zakia Ringgold on there. If you're subscribed over on Facebook, I am Live Soap School or Natural Soap by Zakia. And the last thing, be good. Be good to each other. Be good to yourself and be kind to yourself. Coulda, shoulda, woulda, not going to help anything. Oh, our tour of Live Soap School. You know, you have the flu within 3 days. You can be sick 14 days without knowing COVID. That's a long time for you to come in contact with people saying, hey, how you doing? How you doing? How you doing? And then the whole time you coughing. Well, you're not even coughing because it's incubation period, right? So you're in that vicinity for 14 days. You have come in contact. Think about the buses you get on, the places you visit, the office that you go to, the homes that they then go to. So for 14 days, you're not knowing that you're sick. Then that 14th day hits and you're like, what's happening? What's happening here? All of that. Is it worth it? Stay your ass home. And you know I don't curse. I am queen, no cursing on the broadcast. Not in real life. I curse in real life, but on the broadcast, we have a brand to uphold. We run a very, very clean broadcast. I am very proud of that. I think we have one of the cleanest broadcasts on the internet, intentionally, because it goes with soap, and I want your kids to be able to watch it right along with you. Moms, here's one other thing. Here's the last thing I'm going to say. Use the internet with your kids, not just sitting them in front of YouTube, but go and look at different educational sites. Khan Academy is one of them. You can watch TED Talks with them to kind of expand your own knowledge of different things, all of that. And Mish said it too, so I'm going to go ahead and put it up there. I'm not going to say it twice. I'm not going to do it twice. Stay your butt home. There's no reason. Stay the F home is the new, I'm not going to put that one either. But still, stay y'all, wrap it up. Wrap it up with I can't wrap it up because I said I was going to give you guys a tour of the website. So let me go over there. But there's always but here's the thing, guys. If you ever don't like somebody's broadcast, Skillshare is another one. There is this button that they have created right in the top right of the screen. You can click like the X, and what'll happen is it will completely take it away from you. You won't even see it anymore. Skillshare is running 2 months free. Car pollution is worse. Yep, I'm sure that is. Yeah, it's so obvious. Just self-quarantine. You know why some people won't they don't like themselves. That's probably it. Like, they can't be by themselves. But it is lonely. We're humans. We're supposed to connect with people, but you know. All right, so what we're going to do, Big J, you not scared? No, don't be scared. But don't put everybody else at risk because you're not scared. Because you don't believe you're not. Okay, so here is, let me bring you guys over. Dude. Okay, so here is, let's give you guys a round of applause for sticking around that long. You all are pretty darn cool. All right, so let me come back here for 1 second because I got to get rid of Drea. Be afraid. Be very, very afraid. All right. Let's take you to the website. Okay, so here is the new Live Soap School page. These numbers are not good. Not good at all. So if you guys don't know, I am the creator of Live Soap School, and our mission is to raise the bar to 1 million empowered. So on the left-hand side, there is for people who are interested in learning how to make soap. And then there is also an online business one where it teaches you how to take your craft and turn it into cash online. At the bottom of that, we talk about our mission. So what does it really mean? So my mission is to raise the bar on economic opportunity for 1 million people. I know that's a lot, right? That's a lot. I know it sounds a little bit crazy, but it's doable. You got to believe it's doable in order for you to do it. So how do we actually get there? Eliminating some of the biggest barriers to education: cost, time, and accessibility, blah, blah, blah. You guys can read all of that. Then we have the podcast. You can listen to the podcast right from the website. You can also see some of our latest blog entries here. I don't know if Cousin is here. And this one here, it has 2 easy soap swirl techniques. So it actually has a demo there. So you can watch videos on here. You can listen to my podcast on here, and you can also read the blog. So if you're somebody who is interested in natural skincare, herbalism, online business technology, this is the place that you want to come. At the bottom, all of this is now changing. It was all of the industry events that I was scheduled to be a speaker at. All of them have been canceled. The only thing that has not canceled is DIY Thursdays. Why? Because I'm in my home. You're on your phone. We can still connect. So I have to update that. Then we have some online programs for all of you. Introduction to Soap Making, Advanced Soap Making, Soap Business Boot Camp, and online business technology, as well as live stream success. Those two will be opening April the 1st. And additionally, let me see, can I play this one? Let me see, let me check out this sound. Can you guys see my site okay? I can't tell. Window. No, that's not what I want. Sound level. Oh, system audio is muted. What? Yes, all of them are canceled. Remember, a lot of the governments are saying if your event is for more than 250 people, you cannot host it, especially like in convention centers. And the soap conference typically has a minimum of 500 people. So here is the page here. Hopefully it'll play. Zoom in a bit. You've gotten something out of Screensaver. Somebody who's timid about seeing yourself on camera. No, you know what? If you guys want to see that video, go to the website. I'm not going to play it. I need those views. So go to the website if you guys want to see that video. All right. So aside from that, there is also free resources available for you. Yeah, there's a little bit of a delay. That's the only problem. So there are free resources available as well for you to download. So if you are someone who is interested in starting to make your own soap at home, there is a free soap supply guide available, a live stream tools and resources checklist, because you're home now, right? So do you need to be able to live stream to keep your business going? Grab this checklist so you know how to do it. I think the podcast page. Oh, I lost your comments, guys. Free sources. Free sources. Yes, Jimmy's. Free sources. So the podcast is all about inspiration and motivation as I am trying to figure this thing out as a mompreneur. Oh, you know what? I'm going to have to do something about this site speed. It's so slow. But it actually has a vodcast. This vodcast is a video with me podcast, which is so interesting, right? And then you can also hear additional episodes right here on the page. If we go over to the blog, there is a soap maker series for people that are interested in trying to figure out this soap making thing, as well as highlight on different tools you can use as a remote worker. So a lot of you are now going into a space where you are going to be expected to work from home. So there is technology tips on this page as well. Then I have a page for my courses and consulting. So I do have private coaching available. Some of you don't like group classes. That is absolutely fine. I do have one-on-one available where you can book me. Then there is the books page. Yeah, I got to do something about this site speed. It's too slow. All right, so there is all of the soap making books right there. All of these are books I have written. A lot of you have asked on YouTube who wrote those books. These are all written by me. The new Soap Makers Cookbook series is a no-fluff way for you to learn how to make soap from scratch at home. A lot of people are talking about hand sanitizer. Anywhere that you look, the number one thing that you can do in terms of cleaning your hands is soap and water. Why not make your own soap? So there are 4 books here, and there's also a cookbook bundle. Then there's a little bit of information about me. I happen to be an author, a teacher, a tech nerd, and a certified soap maker. And then there's some information on the newest book that just released, which is How to Make and Sell Soap. That one goes over the top 50 questions for making your own soap from scratch. I'm not even going to go to events because I'm so devastated about it, but all of the events that I was scheduled to speak at have all been canceled. We're looking at some virtual options, but not quite there yet. There is also a shop available where you can get, if you're a soap maker in particular. Teal said, I get paid on Thursday. I want them all. I'm telling you, make your own soap. Why did it bring us all the way back? If you're a soap maker, you probably don't want that right now, but we do have a soap maker apron, hoodies, shirts, books, shea butter, and all that good stuff. And then there's information about us. And finally, let's go back to the homepage. But yeah, Drea, hopefully this helps you. Drea, what you can do, go check your email for one. How do you become a certified soap maker? Well, you won't be able to do it this year. You have to do it at the Soap Guild, which is the Handcrafted Soap and Cosmetic Guild. There is a certification test. They have a basic certification and an advanced certification where you have to be able to show that you understand the soap making process. You know how to calculate recipes by hand. You understand what super fatting is, lye discounting, all of those things that impact you having a great bar of soap. So that is how you go through the certification. The advanced certification is where you have to submit a bar of your soap and they test it for the quality. Do you know how to label it correctly? Is it a safe bar of soap? All of that. Watching from Forest, Georgia. Hey, Connie, how are you? So that is the website. I would love any feedback. If you guys can actually go to the site and see if you can break it, that'll be even better. If it just doesn't appear correctly, that's the only way I can improve it, because once you've looked at it for so long, it makes it very difficult to make changes. So that is what I have for all of you. This is awesome. And yes, this really helps. And what you can do is think about what we talked about in terms of what is in your control and deal with those things. Don't spend a whole lot of time on the coulda, shoulda, wouldas, whose fault it is, or how real it is, or it's blown out of proportion. Go with the information that we have now and go from there. And of course, take care of each other. So I'm Zakia Ringgold of LiveSoapSchool.com. You can get more information by going to, I had it, I lost it. I had it and I lost it. Right here, shore.b/livesoapschool. That will take you to all of my links, how to register for the class, how to get the books, how to watch free tutorials, how to send me a question, how to subscribe to the podcast. All of that is in one very neat page for you to get to what people typically ask on these broadcasts. And if you have a question, let's get rid of this one. Is it coming up? Nope, wrong one. Right here. If you have a question for me that I did not answer on this broadcast, you can send it to livesoapschool.com/questions. That will go into our live stream Q&A queue, and I will answer it on the next broadcast. Everybody, be safe, be smart, and be kind to one another. Have a great afternoon, and I'll see you next time. Bye.